Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and I apologize sincerely for the long gap in videos, but it's been pretty slow over the last couple of weeks in August, and for that reason I just decided to take some time off of making videos because, you know, towards the beginning of the year I literally made a video every single day, and eventually, if there's not a lot of content to talk about, it just kind of gets repetitive, it gets old, I start burning out, you guys start not wanting to watch my videos as much because they're kind of the same thing over and over again. So I just want to take a little bit of a break so that, you know, when I come back, like I'm coming back now, the content's going to be hopefully a little fresher, and you know, we got more stocks moving at this point in the month because today the market really started heating up again. I was able to lock in $7,533, I believe, today alone. And it's definitely better than my average on the month so far. And I'm just very grateful for all these opportunities. So today, I'm basically gonna be doing kind of a recap on some of the trades I made today. I think some of the trades I've been making over the last couple of weeks, and what I'm looking forward to in the next, I don't know, in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, this video should be good. Hopefully you guys didn't forget about me in these last couple of weeks. I know I've really been abandoning you guys, and I'm sorry for that. So if you missed me, I'm back, baby. Remember to like this video, drop a comment if you feel like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I make these videos more often than once every 2 weeks. So yeah, let's dive into my computer. Actually, I might put it right here. We'll see. All right, guys, so I'm here at my computer. I'm actually using my old computer because my main computer, I don't know if you saw my Instagram story, was crashing forever while I was trying to make this. It's about an hour after I filmed my intro. Literally, my old computer's just been crashing. So I apologize for that. If the video is a little lower quality because of that, I also apologize, but hopefully it will be up to par. So here you can see, this is the chart for ILUS, and this is just one of many stocks that have had some pretty great setups over the last, I don't know, week or so. And I just wanted to pull it up to show you guys, you know, we're getting this kind of theme a lot here, where you get these stocks that go on a nice run. You know, they went on a nice run back in February, March, whatever, and then they just faded on off, like pretty much since then. But a lot of these stocks have found bases and are starting to rip, and then are just continuing to run. And this is one that has a lot of really good things on the horizon. I actually like this company from like a fundamental perspective. They seem like a pretty damn good company, just based on how early they are in their I don't even know, in the company and how well they're doing, you know, with revenues and profits and stuff like that. I think there's pretty good things coming for this company overall, but I'm honestly just trading it as a trade because, you know, for whatever reason I don't have this in my long-term account, so it's difficult for me to separate. But it's also been really great for trading, guys. So when you get setups that look like this, where you get kind of a wedge pattern that's forming, right here, you get 4 nice ripped days, huge green days, big gap ups, and then you get this wedge here where it's a red day, but that's normal, nothing goes straight up, and it consolidates. You know, it has this red day, and then the next red day is smaller, and it's contained completely within the first red day. You can see that. And then the next day, it's the same thing. Smaller red day contained completely within the first one. So basically, the selling volume is drying up, and it's still holding these prices, which is a pretty good sign that this thing is going to go on a nice big rip, and that is exactly what happened. So I actually overnighted 160,000 shares here, sold them into this spike here, then rebought some last night overnight and sold them up into this spike here, had a nice dip buy today, but it actually bounced off of the intraday support pretty darn nicely. If I go to the 1 day, 1 minute, well, I guess I should probably go, let's see, 5 day, can we go 5 day, 5 minute? It's gonna be weird because it's gonna have that, yeah, it's gonna have the after hours and stuff like that. But you can see here, it pretty much bounced perfectly off of this consolidation area, which makes sense, man. And honestly, this is nice. You know, this is nice. Nothing runs straight up, so I'm perfectly all right having another couple consolidation days up here. But potentially, you know, there's another day that rips through this, and then we come into this resistance up in here in the 13 area. But I just love this price action, guys. Really cool to see we're getting some runners like this. So that was one. Another one that's very similar that I actually called out on Twitter was TSOI. And the chart looked very, very similar. So you see this chart that spikes up a ton back in February, has faded all the way back down. Looks really nice, has one huge rip day when news comes out. And then you can see these next days, it pretty much just fades on off, but it holds that base there. Now this computer's trying to crash. Oh no. It's not following my cursor. Darn it. Let's try typing in one random other one. All right, there we go. It follows me again. Sorry about that, guys. So again, you can see, you know, it rips up, and then if I zoom in here, you can see it's like smaller red days each day, and these aren't perfectly contained, but you can see it holds that support line pretty darn well. The volume is fading off, which means that the selling is decreasing, but it's still holding those price points. And when it keeps holding that, that's a pretty good sign that you want to take some and just be patient and let it go for a little run, because they actually kept putting out press releases like every single day, and this thing went on a nice rip here, man. And I actually did not have the patience on this one because the market was so slow that I really just did not have the faith in it. And unfortunately, I didn't nail it because of that. I think Mike Huddy made like $15,000 on this swing. I easily could have or should have done that if I'd taken the size that I easily could have on this setup. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'm just learning and learning when I should be entering and holding these swings, man. So it reminded me a lot of, you know, the DPLS swing. I talked about this a lot. But where it does this type of thing, you can see here, you know, it spiked up a lot and then was pretty much just like holding this range, decreasing volume, consolidating this area. As soon as it starts ripping, man, that's a good sign it's going to go for another run. So we've just seen a lot like that. Another one that has a really nice chart is RGBP. Let me zoom back out a little bit here. So you can see this chart, guys. I mean, it's pretty much, golly, I'm really struggling here. Oh my gosh, it keeps zooming me back out. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling. But that's what happens when your computer dies. So you can see here, this one was a supernova. I made a lot of money on this back in, I think it was April. Went from like pretty much nothing, pretty much like almost trips, all the way up to 8 cents in like 3 days, and then just came fading back down. Every bounce got crushed, but it held this base really nice. Bounce, got crushed. Bounce, got crushed, but then the base just kept holding. And after that, just ripped, made a new higher low, ripped again, making kind of, you know, I guess consolidation here. It's kind of getting stuffed, so we'll see what happens. But if it can stay kind of in this range and push for another high, this could get over 10 cents, guys. It's not unfeasible, and supposedly there's some good news that is on the horizon. So I'm not one to bag hold a stock like this expecting that there's going to be some massive, incredible news coming out, but we'll see what happens, and I think it could be interesting. So definitely one to keep your eye on. FUTU, this is just another example of these stocks that are having really nice intraday wedge patterns, and this is actually something we've been seeing a lot, guys. I'm all about these, but I just wanted to draw a couple for you so you can see kind of what pattern has been absolutely killing it recently. So if I go here, how do I draw? There we go. Get the line tool. So you can see, you know, we got this line here. Beautiful. We kind of got this ascending support line right here. Yeah, it broke it a little bit there, but you know, if you want to draw it here, okay, that's fine. You know, it also works like this, and it pretty much just held this nicely, came on up, and then as soon as it got there, it just ripped through, and that was a really nice breakout. It went to run, you know, easily $1.50 a share from that area, so you could have made some nice money there. Oh shoot, I'm trying to move it now. I don't know how you move it. Cursor, I need a cursor. My goodness, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to the Apple store tomorrow to get my computer fixed, so hopefully that'll be nice. Here's another play, pretty much same exact thing, except it was in reverse. So you see another wedge right here. Oh, I got click and drag. My goodness, this is painful. We got a wedge right here, coming on up. Looks like it's breaking out of the wedge, so I buy it here, but then it immediately stuffs. So then I switch my bias, switch to short, and you know, I get about $1 a share here, and I cover at 102.60, literally perfect cover. So I'm just looking for these guys. You know, we're seeing them all over the place, and it's just pretty darn great. One other really good example is on NSAV. This was actually not today, but yesterday. Oh no, it's trying to crash on me now. Maybe I gotta go cursor to zoom out. There we go. All right. Yeah, so if we go to yesterday, let me go 2 days, 1 minute, just so I can zoom in a little bit better. It was the exact same thing, guys. This play is just repeating over and over and over and over. So let me pull it up one more time just so you guys can see. Let me get the line tool right here. This was a flat top ascending triangle breakout. So we got the line on the top here, top line resistance. You got the increasing support line beautifully right here. Breaks out of that and then just absolutely goes on to rip. I call this one out in the Discord. Everyone nailed that. By the way, if you're not in the Discord yet, definitely check out the link in the description because we've been killing it as a team. We've been studying a ton these past couple of weeks and just putting all this info into practice. It's beautiful to see. It really is. So, I mean, I'm just seeing this play over and over, guys. So if you see this, just pull the trigger. You know, have your stop pretty close and then just be patient. You know, let it run, let it work. And typically there's some pretty good results from that. So those are kind of the main ones that I've been seeing running. Just to talk about some ones that I traded today. Briefly, we got BMIN. This is one that just randomly ran today for no apparent reason. I mean, literally just out of nowhere, spiked up and then just died. So I traded in the morning a little bit. We got BRBL. Feels like we're getting some OTC momentum back. You know, this thing ran from 1 cent up to 4 cents. There's a lot of money to be made there. If you take 50,000 shares, 100,000 shares, like you can make a lot of money on these things. And it had some really nice bounces, man. Really nice bounces. Like just so much volatility. Really nice. I messed up this bounce. I think I bought it like 282 and sold it like 288 because it looked like it was about to crack and go lower. But a lot of these I did make some good money on. It's part of what got me over 7,000 today. We got AUNXF. This one's been beasting recently. This one, the bid and ask like move really slow. It's kind of weird. Shoot, I want this. Yeah, there we go. And sometimes you can just read on the level too. They just keep grinding higher. Huge bids, huge ask, but it just keeps grinding higher. So this one is pretty cool. It always runs farther than you expect. So this one sometimes is worth chasing. We got TOMDF. This is another one that was, I mean, it's been up a lot in the last couple of days. If I go to the last 2 days, I think their CEO was on like Fox News or something. So it ran up a lot on that, but then just ended up dumping today. Really no bounce to speak of. Pretty lame on that. Pretty disappointing. But that was another one that I've been trading. Made some money on it yesterday and today. MDMP, obviously, you know, this is a former supernova that I made a ton of money on back in the day. Look at this chart. I mean, just absolutely insane. I mean, just out of this world run. And this thing is just dead, man. This thing has absolutely died. I can't believe it's back down at 5 cents. So I don't know. Maybe this thing is due for a revival pop. I do remember here it did pop up a little bit, but then it just died quickly. So I don't know if it's a lot of toxic debt, you know, a lot of convertible notes or whatever it is. But this thing does not want to run. But I feel like eventually it's due for it at some point because if you go look at BRBL, the long-term chart. Insane, man. I don't know if this had a reverse split. That might be what it was. But I mean, this thing, even, you know, counting the reverse split, 133 all the way down to like 2 cents. I mean, there's so many charts that spiked up a ton in February and then just died. And we got a lot of these that are reversing right now. So you got to keep your eye out for those. A couple other stocks, you know, GME guys came back to life today. Had a lot of people trading GME. You know, you can look at this chart. Honestly, it held that support pretty damn well at like 145 area. That's actually pretty impressive. It had a huge rip today. AMC, a similar type of dealio here. This actually held that support pretty well. And now it ripped up, made a new higher high. I'm interested to see what this chart looks like, man. I really am. I would absolutely love it if this thing breaks 73 highs. Oh my gosh, if this goes to $100, guys, we're gonna have so many opportunities all over the market. I probably won't make that much money on AMC just because I don't like trading this stock. It can be pretty tricky. If you go to the 1 day intraday chart, you can see what happened here. Pretty much I got squeezed a tiny bit. I started trying to short up in here, but I had small size and I eventually got a short like right at like 48 and I nailed it. Covered too soon obviously, but I made some decent money on the backside shorting this thing. But you just gotta be careful. You cannot be stubborn when you start getting squeezed on this because it can run way farther than you think. But I'm excited, guys. I hope AMC comes back to life because if it does, it's gonna bring the whole market with it. We're gonna get a lot of other runners and it's gonna be great. Now, in terms of long-term holds, MITI, this thing did come back to life. I don't even know if I made a video since it ran a little bit. Maybe I made a video, yeah, like up in here or something. I don't know. But I've been rebuying this, up in here. I rebought like another 130,000 over the last couple of days. I'm just gonna keep loading this thing, guys. We got more clinics coming. I know this thing's breaking 60, so I'm just gonna keep loading. And whenever it wants to run, that's fine. If it dips, that's fine. I got plenty of money to keep buying it, so fine by me. GMPR, guys, this is one that's also ready to run. It is ready to run. We're waiting on like a multi-million-dollar stake deal PR for this. They put that on their Twitter. They're just waiting on some, you know, some finalized details for that. So when this thing finally goes, it's probably gonna run pretty hard. I've been swinging 50,000 from like 5 for a while. I think since like here. I'm just holding those for long term, maybe like 25 cents or something like that. We'll see what happens. But if it breaks out over 10, I'm probably gonna have to buy some because this thing is super thinly traded. I mean, you can see there's no days in here where it has much volume at all. So this thing gets 100 mil volume in a day. It could run to 50 cents easily. So that would be epic. I'm still waiting on that. GSTC, this is one I'm still sitting on, guys. Again, you know, I made the video when it was around, you know, here in this area. It was holding this nice uptrend at that point. And it you know, since then it's cracked the uptrend, guys. It did crack the uptrend and even cracked this low, you know, when they were a little bit late, like 2 days late filing their 10Q. They just filed it yesterday, so again, I'm really not worried. If you look and actually read in the 10Q, it looks like they got some funding. So literally the next step is FDA trials, and I have no intention of selling my shares. I actually bought more. I bought 100,000 more. Unfortunately, I didn't get any filled down here near 2. But I've got 500,000 now, not 400,000. So when this thing runs, you know, I'm gonna make a pretty penny on it, and I'm happy to sit on it. And again, you know, those of you who bought this blindly without doing any research at 5 when I specifically said not to, and then were commenting like, what's going on with GSTC? You brought it upon yourselves. Like, you know, I don't have much more to say to you guys. I just, you know, I don't like people who don't do their own research because I get all these comments. So again, just because I like something does not mean you guys have to like it. I just tell you what I'm into, and you're welcome to do your own research. Another one that I really am a fan of the chart of is AVVH. I bought a good amount of these at 2.3. I added 200K, so I've got 300,000 right now. This chart, I mean, it's just beautiful, guys. It's a beautiful chart. I think this thing could easily test this 5 resistance soon. I think they just uploaded their 2020 financials, just working on getting everything current, stuff like that. And then I think that, you know, the merger is all getting set up and ready to go get finalized. So this thing should be epic when that comes through. I don't know if it breaks these 10-cent highs. It may break them and run a lot higher, but all I know is that it will not be at these prices forever. So, I mean, you break down much more, I'm gonna have to load up a lot more shares. 300K I don't think is enough for this because I would be very confident this thing is breaking 385. So this is one of my top swing plays. And you know, we got a lot of custodianship plays, guys, like literally just so many. I can't even name them all, but you know, do your own research on these, look into them, see what you like, and you know, pull the trigger on some if they have a nice chart. But don't be chasing when the chart looks like, you know, right here before this dump. Obviously, you can't ever know when the dump is coming, but I mean, if I zoom in there, if it'll actually let me, you know, if you get a chart that looks like this, guys, you know it's going to dump at some point. A lot of these custodianships dumped pretty hard, so much better to buy at support. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's what I've been doing. If you made it to the end and you're in the Discord, you know I've been trading a lot of TCHY, doing some scalping here. If you don't know how to do it, join the Discord, because we trade this stock a lot. This is a really great stock for scalping. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to mention any more about it. So, yep, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. And I hope that goes for my Mac too, because it needs to grow better real quickly. Peace.